Hey everybody, welcome to the explanation for Dessert Diary, the fairest force in magic. A few years ago, my good friend Spidey completely revolutionized forcing pads by simply adding numbers to the pages. Traditionally, as you know, a forcing pad, you'd have to look away and say, tell me when to stop, and then it was like this, or you get the person to hold the pad and break up, and you would risk them the chance of riffling through and seeing your force word. The Spectra pads, as I call them, are allows you to show everything out in the open, so they see all the different numbers before they get to your number. So if somebody, look how fair this is. If somebody names a number, Alex?
10.
So somebody, you can show all, and when you get to 10, you can see, boom, right away, your force item. It's like the coloring book. Whenever you want to reveal your force page, you have the little corner that's cut up top. So you go, let's say they say 22, you would go to 21, and then move your thumb here, and then 22 is your force word in the back. Let's say they say 7, you go 5, 6, and then 7, boom, right there. So these are called Spectra pads, fairest force in magic. Thanks to Spidey, actually gave him a little shout out in the barcode on every Spectra pad. They're also available blank, so you can force anything you want. It's celebrities, chocolate bars, you can force cities, names, anything you want. So they're also available in a blank format like this, and this, in my opinion, really changes the stand-up performer magician's game. All right, so first things first, the prop donut. These are all handmade by me. In my opinion, they're the most realistic, most dense foam donuts on the market. They look really good. This was a trial and error, and when I say that we went through everything to make these donuts, I mean it. We found the best foam. They're super expensive to make. They cost like $15 each to make. They take like half an hour. It's no joke. This is a labor of love. So after 6 or 7 months, this is what it came down to. Now the reason I chose Sprinkled Donut as the force item is that donuts are readily available anywhere. They're only a couple dollars. You can get them at the convenience store, donut shop, whatever. And the truth is you don't need to do the handling where the donut comes from the invisible hole. You don't need to do this at all. This is just a suggestion and just a nicer package. So you can do this tomorrow in your show. The truth is you can just use a real donut under a plate. Imagine putting a donut in a Dove pan. You show the Dove pan empty, you give it to a child to hold. They pick any number, let's say it's 12. They pick a number, they see the sprinkled donut, they could pick anyone, right? They open the Dove pan and the donut is in the Dove pan. Are you kidding me, man? That is a crazy trick. You can also just simply have it on a plate covered with a napkin, or you can have a stack of donuts. They're just easy. They're the cheapest desserts you can buy, the most readily available, and then you give it away to the birthday child, or in my case, the birthday mom. I love this because it instantly creates an emotional bond with you in the audience because you're talking about desserts. To see my full performance when I perform for adults, you can skip to the end of the video where I perform at House of Cards in Nashville and Chicago Magic Lounge in Chicago. You get to see my uncut full performance for adults. I love this because I get to talk about my niece. I talk about how I don't have kids. Wow! I do have a niece, and right away it, builds rapport and pulls on people's heartstrings because you're talking about a niece. How I start everything. It starts everything in my case just like this. When I go reach for it, all I'm doing is I'm grabbing the donut into palm position, just like this, and I come out with the pad like this. And as I'm talking, I'm talking about my niece, and I'm just kind of flashing both sides. Nothing major, don't call attention to it, you're not being chased. And then when you're ready to flick, what I do is I just grab the pad from the top like this. The donut is still palm. And in this case, I actually let it go. I let it go and hold it backwards with my 2 fingers just like this. So my fingers are in the hole, from the front, absolutely invisible. Now, the idea is you tell them all the pages are different. You say these are 30 desserts that you and your daughter, your niece, or your wife, or whatever, girlfriend, or maybe you're your favorite desserts. Maybe this is your magical book that you get to choose. You bring at dinner parties, and whatever number they pick, you make that dessert appear. Whatever you want, say whatever you want. Use your own way. I don't care. Just be original. Props to Ella Nicholson from Ireland, my 16-year-old protege who was just on Fool Us recently using the SpectraPad. She came up with this handling, which is the handling I use today. Instead of using your thumb to get to the force word, she just uses the pad of her thumb. So let's say the number is 12. Well, you would go to 11, 11 like this, and then all I'm doing is the pad of my thumb here is gonna hit that corner and my thumb is gonna come up, revealing number 12. So this is so fast, so easy, it's so clean. I love this. It's the fairest force and cleanest force in Magic. 22, you would go to the number. As soon as you hit 21, boom, you hit, boom, 22. Now, lifting your thumb up and letting that page fall might seem like it's kind of counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense, but nobody notices. You're just flicking pages. Another thing to do is to be super fair with a pad. Let's say they say it's number 4. Well, you go to number 3, show number 4 sprinkle donut, and say, remember, you could have picked any one of these. How fair is this? You can really show the whole book to be different. It's just so fair. Whoever thought of this, man? Whoever thought of this? I don't know why I'm pointing up like it's Jesus. Okay, so back to the donut handling. They say, let's say 12. That means you go to 11 and then you let your thumb go, 12. Now at this point, what you need to do is you need to re-grip the donut like this to make it appear, okay? What I do is when they go 12, I'll show you from the back. They go 12, I'm like, sprinkle donut. You look surprised, obviously. And then you go, Carla, do you like sprinkled donuts? You have all the time in the world to grab it as you're pointing to her and asking her if she likes sprinkled donuts. Doesn't matter what the answer is, okay? So let me just do that again. You say like this. You say, can you name a number? So he says 22. We go to 21, hit it with the thumb. 22, sprinkled donut. Carla, do you like sprinkled donuts? You do? All right, don't run when you're not being chased. Nobody is seeing you do this. You're just asking her a question. And then you say, well, that's amazing because in the back here, there's an invisible hole. And that hole allows me to go in and grab whatever dessert you come up with. When the donut appears, you kind of want to give it a frontward bend. So it kind of looks like it's coming out of the picture like this. I go, whoop. And then what I do to really sell it, I go like this, I go, the licking the fingers really sells the illusion that this thing is real. If you do it just casually as you're talking, it really looks real. What I like to do is also have a bite. I say, thank you, guy. Oh, that's really good. I'm getting really fat. Now, I've studied fake eating, with this trick, and the key is not overdoing it and opening your mouth. Logic tells you not to open your mouth, but we all kind of chew with our mouths half open. If you go, it looks fake. So if you go like this, and just lick your lips like a caveman, and all you're doing is you're holding the book just at a slight angle so they can't see that you did not take a bite. So like this, and nobody will, and then you put it away, and that's how you make it appear. So I get that this might be a little quick, but at the end of this explanation video, you will have a full slow-mo performance of Dessert Diary and its handling. By the way, if donuts aren't your thing, we have blank SpectraPads. This is the fairest forcing pad on the market, and you can force anything. Celebrities, candy bars, drinks, animals, cities. You can force toys, anything you want. You can even force 2 different things. We'll talk about it later. But this is definitely the fairest forcing pad on the market. Blank SpectraPads available from yours truly. Link below. So as a little bonus, I thought I would include an uncut performance, actually 2 uncut performances of Dessert Diary for an adult audience at the Chicago Magic Lounge in Chicago and the House of Cards in Nashville. Hope you guys enjoy it. Check it out.
Thank you so much. So nice of you. So My job as an uncle magician is to stay fresh with Alexis, because Alexis, my little niece, has seen a lot of magic in her years, right? So she's kind of become immune to the whole magic. Uncle Eric, you know? She knows a coin can disappear, or I can make a piece of rope come back together. She's seen it all. So my job is to try and keep her engaged and enthralled with new magical presentations. So our thing, her and I, has always been going for desserts. Every Sunday I pick her up, I fill her with sugar, and I send her back to my brother for the week. He loves it. So I really want to invent a trick with desserts to keep her, you know, to impress her. So every week we pick a number from this book, and it contains 30 of our favorite desserts together. We pick a number from the book, and I make the dessert appear for her. She loves that trick. So I'd like to try it right now. The gentleman right here that hasn't laughed once. What is your name?
I'm Dan.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
I'm having a great time, man.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Dan, you have the simplest job of the night. I need you to name a number between 1 and 30. And Dan, whatever number you name, I'm not going to make you change your mind or whatever. Whatever number you name, that's the number we're going to use. Dan, what number would you like?
27.
27. Let's go get number 27. What do we got? What do we got? I don't even know these by heart. 23, 24. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? 24, 25, 26 is banana bread. 27. Oh, sprinkled donut. Do you like sprinkled donut, Dan?
I sure do.
You're a fan?
Big fan.
Here's the cool part. No matter what number you pick, in the back there's a hole, and you can go in the hole and take out. Ah!
Jake, you have the easiest. This is a dessert booklet with all the her favorite desserts. You have the easiest job of the night. You need to name a number between 1 and 30, and whatever number you name, I'm not going to make him change his mind or anything. Whatever number you name, that's the number we're going to use, sir. What number would you like between 1 and 30, Jake? 17. Let's go see what we got. 10, 12, strawberry shortcake, red velvet, raspberry ice cream, chocolate mousse. 16, eclairs. 17, we got, sprinkled donut. You like, Jake? Yeah. Nice. Here's the cool part. No matter what number you pick, no matter what dessert you pick, on the back of this book, there's an invisible hole. And when you can go inside and get out. This side of the audience is lit. All right, so here's a very important tip handling a SpectraPad. Because your hand is very busy with the donut, we've cut the back cover shorter so it's easier to flick open and then pull out your donut. What this means, and if somebody says a number above 25, when you start getting high up in the pad, you start losing kind of grip on the pages. All you need to do is readjust. So you need to pull on the pages just like this to readjust your pad to give you more backing. So like this is hard because the cover is too short, but if you just push the pad down, now you're back to the regular thumbing of the papers. So at any point, if your pad, just like this, if your pad seems to get stuck, all you need to do is readjust the spirals just by giving a little bit of loose. Now, magicians, I know this goes without saying, but please, whatever you do, resist the urge to show them all sprinkled donut at the end. Whatever you do, it's not a good ending. It ruins the force, and this being the fairest force in magic, you're doing a disservice doing it that way. I know you know, but you know, 3 of you, you know who you are. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the SpectraPad and the dessert diary explanation. If there's one last tip I can give you, and this is the most important one, whatever you do, always remember to